Speedway main winners so far this year with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Shane Golobic and Andy Forsberg have a couple victories to their credit. Check that. Shane Golobic and Justin Sanders have a couple victories. Single victories turned in by Dominic Scelzi most recently at Watsonville. Andy Forsberg, Corey Day, Tony Gomes, Tanner Carrick, Ryan Robinson, and Ryan Burnell have been winners so far this year with SCCT. Front row looking good up there. A couple of Outlaw Kart graduates, Chance Grasty and Landon Brooks. Max Mitry, Shane Golobic, they're in row number 2. Kyle Larson, Joel Myers Jr., DJ Netto, Kayla Montgomery, who got word is a scratch due to engine issues. 8 Junior Brian McGann Jr. also not making the call. Well, race fans, 2022, the traditions are back at the Gold Cup. The Pacific Sprint Cup Invitational returns to its former glory here tonight to open up Gold Cup number 68, presented by Reeby's Auto Parts. As they round turn number 4, make some noise for your 24-car starting field. Race fans, are you ready for the challenge? Round number 13 for the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. Next up will be Petaluma Speedway, September 24th. And then right back here to open up the Fall Nationals with the rescheduled Tyler Wolf Memorial on Thursday, September 29th. Mark your calendars for that. Well, just like that, lights out. We're set for 30 laps of green flag racing coming up. Number 1, Chance Grasty, 5V, Landon Brooks from the front row, Max Mitry, Shane Golobic, row 2, Kyle Larson, Joel Myers Jr., DJ Netto, Tanner Carrick, Michael Facino, and Luke Hayes, your top 10 starters. Once again, $2,500 bounty if Kyle Larson does not win. That makes it $5,000 to win for everyone else. Off turn 4, we're green. Side by side through 1 and 2. Chance Grasty down low. We got cars. Kyle Larson is sideways right in front of the field. Wow. Well, that's going to spice things up. 57 car Kyle Larson loops it in front of the field. He'll be relegated to the rear. Flow Racing replay. Larson, yeah, he just lost it right in the middle of the track. You don't see that very often. Right there as he goes into 1 and 2, that thing just breaks loose on him. I think Chet Christner calls that a little slip of the grip. Track conditions are certainly starting to change, especially down in turn 1, as they were earlier during the dash. Push truck in behind the 2-time Gold Cup champion, Kyle Larson. Well, that's going to move up the entire inside row from row 4 on back. Was just talking with Elijah Jones about 10 minutes ago. It's been 10 years since Kyle Larson has won a race here in Chico. That was the 2012 Gold Cup. Same year that he won the Pacific Sprint Cup Invitational. That year driving for the Finley family. Well, he's going to be fun to watch from the rear as we go lights out once again. 15-year-old Chance Grasty, 18-year-old Landon Brooks on the front row, another 16-year-old youngster Max Mitry inside row 2 alongside the 2-time Trophy Cup champion Shane Golobic. Lights are out, pace truck to the infield. Let's try this one again. 30 laps upcoming, round 13 for the Sprint Car Challenge Tour, presented by Elk Grove Ford and Abreu Vineyards. Grasty and Brooks lead us down. Everyone trying to find the right lane through 1 and 2. Mitry challenging to the inside of Brooks momentarily. Shane Golobic all over Mitry now, looking around the outside. Lap 1 led by Chance Grasty. Max Mitry up in a second. Shane Golobic, Landon Brooks going at it there for the 3rd spot. Keeping our eyes on 57, Kyle Larson. He's picked off a handful of cars already. Larson up already to the inside of Sean Becker. He's carving his way through this field. 2 laps down, it's Grasty, Mitri, Golovic, Brooks, and Tanner Carrick in the top 5. Joel Myers Jr. next in line. We have a car upside down big time on the back straightaway. That is Isaiah Vasquez. Red flag is out. Isaiah Vasquez upside down big time. However, we do see the driver moving around inside the car, so that's good news. And Race Fancy set to climb out of the 83 SA. That one was nasty. Isaiah Vasquez now out of the Rod Tyner Racing 83 SA. Looks like he's going to take a moment to catch his breath over there. Promoters Brad Sweet, Colby Copeland quickly on the scene. Isaiah Vasquez, as we noted earlier, the 18-year-old grandson of Rod Tyner Sr. As we take a look at a Flow Racing replay, they caught the tail end of that. Looked like Steel Powell was also involved. The Tyner Hurst Enterprises 94X. One more look at a Flow replay. Once again, catching the tail end of that. Well, there's a good look on Flow Racing of Isaiah Vasquez walking away from the scene with the helmet off. That's the best news and the best sight. Tough break there for last year's Rookie of the Year. Thank you to Garth Moore Insurance. I don't know if Garth is here with us tonight or not. $1,000 to the Rookie of the Year at season's end. Well, 2 laps down. Chance Grasty is the leader of this one. Max Mitri in second. Shane Golovic will restart third. Landon Brooks fourth, and Tanner Carrick in fifth. Joel Myers Jr. is going to restart sixth. Michael Facino seventh. Andy Forsberg eighth. Luke Hayes ninth, and Ryan Robinson in 10th. '57 car Kyle Larson already back up into 14th, so he's starting to make some headway in 2 laps. Well, once again, for all the fans staying with us, or if you're at home watching on Float, the Gold Cup ticket office is going to open daily from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Front gate will open at 4 p.m. daily each day. Happy hour at the Farmers Brewing Beer Booth, 4 to 6 p.m., $1 off. And then once again, 20 minutes after the checkered flag, we're going to start that Tim Duggar concert over in the pavilion. Going to play for about an hour and a half or so. Other events this week, the Thursday Pavilion Pub, that'll open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from noon on. If you're looking for a place to stay cool, they have big, gigantic fans in there, a lot of shade, and your favorite beverages on tap. Shark Tales with Andy will also be live and in person tomorrow at noon in the pavilion. Thursday night post-race, the annual Glow Party over there by the Placerville folks. That's Halloween themed this year. Friday night, the Chili Feed Miss Gold Cup Bikini Contest, this year free with a pit band or a grandstand ticket. $10 charge for everyone else. Saturday afternoon, don't forget about the JP's Paint and Body Danielson Company Gold Cup Fan Appreciation Barbecue, noon to 3. Located just outside the Turn 4 area by the pavilion. Big thanks to the Gold Cup Barbecue crew. After tonight's action, the Sprint Car Challenge Tour has just 4 events remaining this season. Once again, Saturday, September 24th, the 11th annual Adobe Cup. Thursday, September 29th is the rescheduled Tyler Wolf Memorial. That's part of Fall Nationals weekend. Friday, October 7th, it's on to the 37th annual Cotton Classic at Colorado Speedway in Hanford. Then the final night of the year, the November 5th tribute to Gary Patterson at the Stockton Dirt Track. SprintCarChallengeTour.com for all your news and information regarding this Wing Sprint Car Series. And we even have people still up in Pennsylvania watching. Chad Hill is tuned in. Here's one look at the OneFastT.com website for all your official Sprint Car Challenge Tour merchandise. Well, Chance Grasty up front, as we said, first season in Wing Sprint Car Racing. He's been very impressive at times throughout 2022. He's been getting a lot of experience at various tracks around California. What a win it could be if he could do it on this stage. Max Mitri, again restarting second, Golubic third, Brooks fourth, and Tanner Carrick in fifth. Well, double file restart has developed. Chance Grasty chooses the inside lane. That'll put second running Max Mitri to his outside. Shane Golubic, Landon Brooks, Tanner Carrick, Joel Myers Jr. That's your first 3 rows. Chance Grasty, as the leader, will set the pace inside the restart zone right at the apex of 3 and 4. He's back on it, and we're green. Joel Myers Jr. around the outside of Tanner Carrick, trying to come after Landon Brooks and Shane Golubic. Side-by-side battle for third. Golubic has it. Joel Myers Jr., Tanner Carrick, Andy Forsberg, a gaggle of cars right there. You're watching it at home. Joel Myers around the outside of Brooks. That is the battle for the 4th spot. Brooks on the bottom. Joel Myers upstairs. They're still side-by-side. Through 1 and 2, the story remains the same. Golubic trying to close up on second running Max Mitri. Joel Myers inches ahead of Landon Brooks. However, Brooks digs right back to his inside. Kyle Larson on the move in the 57 as well. Looking to get around the 9L of Luke Hayes. Larson kind of had that top side wired, although missed his mark slightly there. 6 laps down for Chance Grasty. 1 second up on Max Mitri, Shane Golubic, Landon Brooks, Tanner Carrick, Joel Myers Jr., Andy Forsberg, Michael Facino, Ryan Robinson, and Larson back into the top 10. Well, Chance Grasty has opened up his lead to about 10 car lengths, more smoke off of the side panel of his car. As we have Luke Hayes over the edge in 1 and 2, he'll continue on, and we stay green. Larson now battling 9th running Ryan Robinson through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, big run for the 57. Looks like he'll try and drive around Robinson. 2nd place Max Mitri also closing the gap. You're watching it at home. That's your top 3. Grasty, Mitri, and Golubic closing up at the front of the field. Golubic looking to motor upstairs now, follows Mitri into 3 and 4. Golubic all over the 2XM, both those still closing in on your leader. 3 cars throw a blanket over him through 1 and 2. Max Mitri now rotates upstairs, trying to get a run on the leader. Into 3 and 4, Mitri is there. 15-year-old versus 16-year-old, and here comes the wily veteran Shane Golubic. Through 1 and 2, Golubic down low, Mitri with a good run around the outside of Grasty. Side-by-side battle for the lead, you're watching it. Off at turn 4, Max Mitri's your new leader. 13 laps down, Mitri looking for his first sprint car challenge to a victory. Shane Golubic jumps to 2nd. Golubic made the move around the number 1 at Chance Grasty. This time by 14 complete. 0.8 of a second the lead for Max Mitri over Golubic. Kyle Larson currently shown 8th. Last time by turned the fastest lap of the race. Tanner Carrick around the outside of Landon Brooks for position. Give the 83T 4th. Brooks back to 5th. Carrick now with the run on 3rd place. Chance Grasty. Here comes the 83T. 16 laps down, just past the halfway point. Tanner Carrick hitting that top side to perfection as he tries to get around the number 1 at Grasty. Give the spot to Carrick. 1 lap car between your leader, Max Mitri, and 2nd running Shane Golubic. 1.2 seconds at the line. Landon Brooks, Joel Myers going at it for the 5th spot. Brooks has it. Forsberg and Larson closing on those 2. Gaggle of cars racing down the front straightaway. Move Kyle Larson to the inside of Andy Forsberg. That's the race for 7th. Down the back straightaway, side by side. Forsberg around the outside. Larson through the middle now. Right in front of them, Landon Brooks. Larson goes 2 for 1. Larson around Forsberg, around Brooks. Now I'm going to try and get around Joel Myers Jr. That is the battle for 5th. Here comes Young Money. From the rear of the field, Kyle Larson back to the top 5 on lap 20. Golovic also all over the leader. Off of turn 4. Here comes Shane Golovic. 21 laps down, Golovic looking for the top spot. Lap car Rodriguez right there around the outside. New leader at Shane Golovic. This time by 22 laps down, Golovic your new leader. Mitri back to 2nd, Carrick 3rd, Kyle Larson 4th, and Chance Grasty 5th. Well, laps winding down in this one. Golovic still behind the lap car of Ashlyn Rodriguez. Mitri not letting him escape. Through 1 and 2 they go. Mitri back to the inside of Golovic. 7 laps to go. Last time by Larson, fastest lap of the race. Golovic now trying to dispatch of Ashlyn Rodriguez. We have cars coming together on the back straightaway. Forsberg looks like he's off the pace. Andy Forsberg slowing, and that is exactly what Kyle Larson wanted to see, not what the rest of the field wanted though. Well, race fans, what do you think about this feature? Shane Golovic, the 3rd leader of the race, made the move around Max Mitri. 24 laps down. Tanner Carrick 3rd and Kyle Larson to 4th. And how about this? Last time by, he turned the fastest lap of the race. Wow. Larson went to the rear. It took him 20 laps to break back into the top 5. Currently sits 4th. And this will be a double file restart. Yellow flag was for your point leader, Andy Forsberg in the 92. He was running amongst the top 10 at the time of that issue. Shane Golovic up front, the all-time leader in SCCT victories. He has 10 to his credit. Max Mitri, no SCCT wins. Tanner Carrick with 2, Kyle Larson with 1. So 6 laps to go in this one. It's been a dandy so far. Shane Golovic looks like he'll choose the inside lane. Max Mitri to his outside. Tanner Carrick inside row 2, and then Kyle Larson outside. Chance Grasty, Joel Myers. This one's about to get interesting. Trying to see if the 92 of Forsberg is over there in the work area. Well, what a great way to start the Gold Cup Race of Champions, presented by Reeby's Napa Auto Parts. Once again, the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars in action tomorrow through Saturday. The return of the Pacific Sprint Cup here tonight, and the return of the greatest show. Highway Rentals team going to work to try and get your point leader back out for the final 6 laps. Shane Golovic, your leader, as we noted, picked up a win here on June 3rd, and then he went all the way until August 27th before he got another victory. Did that at Placerville at Legends Night, and then last Saturday also won at Placerville again to open the NorCal Posse Shootout. So again, courtesy time given to the 92 of Forsberg. That should be winding down here momentarily. And we do see movement in the work area. Looks like Forsberg will return. Good work by the 92 team. As we know, in a championship battle, every point counts. Forsberg's closest rival, Tony Gomes, failed to make the feature here tonight, so this could be a huge moment in the championship race for Forsberg with 4 events remaining. So once again, 6 laps to go. Check that 7 to go. We'll stay on lap 23. But check that, 24 laps are down, 6 to go. Well, how many people think Shane Golobic is going to do it? How many think Larson is going to come from the rear to the win? Well, we're about to find out. A 6-lap dash to the finish. Golobic sets the pace. Tanner Carrick to the inside of Max Mitri. He'll hop up into second. Mitri sideways as Larson goes to third. Mitri lost about 4 or 5 spots. We have cars coming together. Chase Johnson is going to draw the yellow flag is going to wave. That should save Max Mitri up there as we stay on lap 24. 28 car Chase Johnson, the reason for this caution. And that will now make for a single file restart. Well, what a year it's been for Chase Johnson in the Sean Quinn 28. 3 wins down at Ocean Speedway, 1 at Thunderbolt Raceway with the Kings of Thunder Sprinters. '28 car Johnson back under power. So essentially, since we go to single file restarts with 5 laps or left, there will be no more double file restarts. Anytime we have a yellow or a red during a double file attempt, it goes back to single file. Top 10, Golobic, Carrick, Mitri, Larson, Grasty. Joel Myers, Landon Brooks, Michael Facino, Tim Kading up into 9th. TK started 24th on the grid. He's made some hay in the Bates Hamilton Racing entry. So here we go. Lights out. Hangtown 100 pace truck pulls to the infield. 6 laps to go on this single file restart. Fremont, California, Shane Golobic sets the pace. Once again, the restart zone right around the apex of 3 and 4. Golobic inches towards that spot, and he hammers it. Through 1 and 2, Tanner Carrick trying to get a run on second place. Max Mitri into 3 and 4. He'll follow him, as does Larson. This time by 5 laps to go. Carrick picked the front end up off the ground momentarily. Off of turn 2, Max Mitri closing on Golobic. Larson to the inside of Tanner Carrick for 3rd. Move the 57 up to P3. Max Mitri is all over Golobic. 4 laps to go. Can the 16-year-old make the pass on Golobic? Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Both your top 2 roll the bottom. Larson rips the lip in the 57. 3 to go. 3 laps to go. Your top 2 roll the bottom. Larson upstairs. Into 3 and 4 they go. Kyle again going to hammer it up on the top side. 2 laps to decide the Pacific Sprint Cup Invitational. Down the back straightaway, Larson all over Mitri. He may drive around him. This time by, white flag is going to wave for Shane Golobic. Larson trying to get around the outside of Mitri. Off of turn 2 they battle. Final set of corners. Shane Golobic down low is going to take home $5,000. Kyle Larson from last to second. Max Mitri 3rd, Tanner Carrick 4th, and Chance Grasty in 5th. Well, good stuff to open up the Gold Cup Race of Champions. If that's a sign of things to come, we'll be in store for one heck of a week of racing here at Silver Dollar Speedway. There's your winner on Flow Racing, the NOS Energy Drink. 17W, Shane Golobic. Went over 2 months without a victory, and now he's reeled off 3 in the last 3 weeks. Kyle Larson, what a valiant charge from last to second. Max Mitri, a career best Sprint Car Challenge Tour finish at 3rd. Tanner Carrick 4th, and Chance Grasty in 5th. PJ Peterson will be down trackside with your top 3 finishers here momentarily.
Mic check. Shane Golovic climbs from his race car, takes a look at the left front brake line. It's disconnected. Shane Golovic picks up the win with no brakes. Making our way down here to the Gold Cup podium, we will get a word with Shane Golovic. Shane, man, heck of a run. We talked about it last week at Placerville, 2 weeks ago at Placerville with some big races coming up. You said momentum was building, and tonight, hard-fought battle. You're taking home one heck of a trophy from Tim Grant, and you win Gold Cup to open it. You win the Gold Cup Pacific Sprint Cup. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, you can't say that's Gold Cup. You can't say you won Gold Cup, but we definitely won the prelim to Gold Cup, and that's always pretty cool. I got extremely lucky there that Kyle had that mishap there early. I lost brakes, brake fitting broke on like lap 7, and I was just hanging on, and felt like the top was just easier to run with no brakes. And I don't know who it was who poked the nose there at the end, but just decided to try and switch lanes to the bottom and just try to air brake it with the wing as much as I could. And luckily the track was pretty juiced up down there, so it made it a little bit easier to be able to stop and hit it, just using the grip of the race car to slow down. So these guys, again, gave me a great car minus the brakes, but stuff like that happens. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again. But luckily, we were able to pull it off. Lucky Kyle had that mishap at the beginning, and or else we would have been in trouble. But made it work. I can't thank all these guys enough. NOS Energy Drink, Lauren, she's in town. Pretty cool to get a win to kick this week off. And Colby and then Brad and Kyle do an awesome job with this deal. And happy to see Gold Cup this packed on a Wednesday night in 115-degree weather. Can't thank all you guys enough for coming out. It means a lot to us, and I know it's not easy sitting up there, so appreciate it, and it definitely makes us all proud to represent dirt track racing in front of all you guys.
You've won 3 of your last 4. The Outlaws come to town now. It's outlaw racing here for the next couple of weeks for you. How much momentum does this give you and your Matt Wood Racing NOS Energy Drink team?
It gives us a lot of momentum.